Yes, people, it's your boy Benjamin. Hope you're well, hope you're blessed. Um, I want to talk about insecurity today. I want to talk about insecurity and the part it plays in my life specifically. Um, I want to talk about my battles with balancing both humility and the sense of pride. um, this is an awkward situation for me because I am really opening up now, and I haven't seen too many people do this a lot and display a level of vulnerability. So I'm going on a whim right now. I am going to Google the definition of insecurity and read it out for you. So, the definition of insecurity, according to Google, is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, lack of confidence. Another definition is the state of being open to danger or threat, lack of protection. So, yeah, if you've been paying attention to my channel so far, or been paying attention to me in general in real life, if you're someone who knows me in real life, you may be aware that I am currently focused on developing myself, improving myself, whether that be fitness, whether that be financially, whether that be career wise. I am improving myself, but what you may not be aware of is the constant mental gymnastics I'm going through trying to improve myself character wise, trying to improve my character, trying to strengthen my weaknesses. I don't know how I come across to others in the world, but I'll tell you how I come across to myself. Some days I am confident, but my confidence stems from the achievements that let me say that again. My confidence stems from me keeping promises to myself. For instance, if I say that I'm going to the gym, I go to the gym, I lift weights. If I say I'm going to read, I read. If I say I'm going to stretch, I stretch. If I say I'm going to, go out there and start something, I start it. But then this is where the insecurity comes in, because as much as I may start something, sometimes I think to myself, what have you ever started that you have finished? What have you started that you can confidently say you have finished? I don't know if you can see over there, I got a PlayStation 5. Let's use it for an example. I got a PlayStation 5 and I have a few games. And I buy the games and I'm excited about the games and I start to play them. But it's been a very, very long time since I've completed a game, a whole story, And that is how I feel about certain things in my life. I feel like I've started a lot of things, but I've not completed them. And I'm not saying that I won't complete them, because time is on my side, thank God. Time is what I make it. People say life is what you make it. I say time is what you make it. I still have the opportunity to achieve completion of tasks that I put myself in. But what I do find myself what I do find happening is me falling out of love with certain tasks and falling out of love with certain things that I used to put my mind to. And my indecisiveness is a crutch. At least that's how I take it at this present moment of my life. Um, and this leaves me vulnerable to my own insecurities sometimes, because my perspective of everybody else in life is that they complete what they set out to do. If someone is successful, I believe that they've completed what they said they were going to do. And I don't necessarily see myself as successful. I know success is subjective, but personally, I don't see myself as successful, because there's a lot more that the world has to offer. There's a lot more that I have to offer the world, and I haven't fit the bill yet. This is me talking. Like, this is not a cry for justification, or a cry for flattery, or a cry for compliments. This is genuinely how I feel about myself. What I find happening is my confidence is rooted in a lot of my past. I gain a lot of confidence from trauma that I've overcome. I gain a lot of confidence in some of the things I've achieved in my younger years, like my music career, the people that I came across. As silly as it sounds, my confidence comes from the battles that I've won physically, through quote unquote disputes that ended up physical. I've held my fair share of arse whoopings, but I've also dished out my fair share of arse whoopings. So my confidence stems from that. My confidence stems from the things that I thought I'd never be able to do. I was so struck with fear, and I overcome my fear, and I've done things that I couldn't imagine myself doing, and I've done them. So my confidence stems from that. But at the same time, what I need you to understand is the more confident I may get, I'm also battled with a lack of confidence, because the things that I've done and accomplished, I didn't think I was capable of, because I didn't have confidence in myself. So now it makes you look at the rest of the world knowing that, or thinking that, everybody has something that they're capable of doing, if that makes sense. If I felt so low about myself and I accomplished these things, how can I doubt anybody else's capabilities? You understand? So it's like you enter a new level of a new battlefield, basically. You know how, like, fighters, like I'm currently boxing right now, and you know how a lot of fighters say, like, they've seen someone smaller than them whoop someone bigger than them, so they start to look at people a lot differently, because you can't judge a book by its cover. So with that now found respect for myself about the things that I've accomplished, I now mirror that respect to the rest of the world. And I wouldn't say that what I would say is that this still makes me insecure to a degree. And it's messed up, because it's like the more I achieve, the more I accomplish, the more insecure I am, because I think everybody else is capable of accomplishing the same things, which they're rightfully so. I don't know why I'm in competition with the rest of the world, but I am. And I'm trying to shake it off, but it's difficult. Another thing that makes me insecure is constantly finding what's wrong with me. You understand? I'm at a place in my life where I take responsibility for everything that happens to me, whether it's caused by someone else, whether it's a reaction of someone else, whether it stems from an interaction with someone else. I always say to myself, what could I have done better in this situation? And even when I feel like in the moment I'm doing the right thing, if the outcome doesn't favor how I feel a situation should have gone, or if the outcome makes me feel insecure inside, I constantly question myself like, yo, how could I have made that better? How could I have done this better? What did I do wrong? So it tends to ripple effect and make me it tends to make me, how can I say this? It tends to make me overthink and overanalyze my own decisions and second guess myself. That's the word I'm looking for. Second guess myself. Um, and it's a yes, it's a constant thing that's happening, man. It's like it's progressive overload, man. Yo, to all my gym people, it's progressive overload. It's like, that's the best way to explain it. It's like you reach a new PR, you enjoy the new PR, you're happy that you've reached it, you rate yourself for reaching the new PR, and then you're insecure about the next PR. And then you reach that new PR, then you're insecure about the next PR. And you're like, oh, then you might do the next PR and not do it as great as the other PR. Now you're doubting. Now you're just completely rubbing out all the work that you've done so far because you didn't hit this new PR. And I'm not saying that this is right. I'm not saying that this is good. I'm just saying this is what I'm going through. You know? And I'm in two minds. I'm like, am I supposed to just settle with how far I've gone and just be cool with it and not want to progress anymore? Or do I progress and progress until I can't progress anymore? You know? I think this is the battle that I find myself in mentally. You know, it's like mental gymnastics in my head. And I know everybody says, you know, you got to take the good with the bad and take things day by day. But when I'm a forward thinker and I'm thinking 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, it's hard for me to not want to make every move my best move. You know? I don't know if anybody else is going through something similar to what I'm going through. Part of me hopes that they're not, and then part of me hopes that they are. Which is funny because then I wouldn't feel so isolated in my way of thinking. But yeah, this is just what I'm going through, man. I'm being transparent right now. And I hope this video allows someone else to realize that they're not alone if they feel like this. I'm here with you. And yeah, just, I say this to myself as I say this to you guys. Continue to do the best that you can and give yourself grace. I'm saying this to myself as well, Benjamin. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You've come a long way. You know, give yourself grace. My therapist said something really good a couple sessions ago. She said, if you could see yourself from a third person angle and you were looking at yourself as somebody else, would you respect that person? Would you be happy with them? Would you how would you feel about that person, you know? Would you rate them? Um and that made me think of things in a different way. So I big up my therapist for that. And I think that is a great piece of advice to anybody else who may find themselves in a similar situation with like myself. Uh, think about yourself in the third person. I'm going to expand on that. I want you to get a picture of yourself when you're a child. I want you to look at yourself, that picture of yourself as a child, and I want you to think about how you would want that child to feel. Would you want that child to feel loved? Would you want that child to be appreciated? Would you want to congratulate that child? And if that's how you feel, then I want you to remember that you are that child. So show yourself some love, show yourself some appreciation, and congratulate yourself. It's your boy, Benjamin. Stay blessed. Peace.